Let's try that. All right. Ready? Round 3. Fight. It helps when you put the firing order the right way.
Oh man, we did it! It's running! Oh. This door's broken, I can't open it. Woo! It's going, baby, it's going. What a man.
126.
126 in the first pull!
Yeah.
That's without even doing any timing.
I can throw a little bit more at it, but it's still 126.
What? But you could get 130.
Well, I can still clean up some. Maybe.
Well, how much torque?
109.
It's good, right?
Not bad.
Whatever, not bad. So I said it was gonna make 130. Junior said it was gonna make. Did you say 120? You said 123.
123.
Yeah, he said 123. But we're at 126 on the first pull. So there may be some room in there to hit 130.
Okay.
We'll see what happens. One more?
One singular horsepower.
127.
Made a lot more torque though. It made
Yeah.
it 12.
112 torque.
See how
120.
much you picked up at the low end though?
Did it pick up a lot?
Wait, don't look at peak, look at the low end.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Too.
Yeah.
Is there anything left?
You gained 5 pounds of torque in the bottom end. Look.
Yeah.
Is there anything left?
Well, there's always more left.
That's pretty cool. Third pull, we're gonna make more power.
It should, maybe like 1.
One? Hey, one's more. All right, our goal is 130. Let's get 130. I could tell it was more. I could tell it was more. How much?
One more.
One more?
More.
One more. Dang it, I thought it was like 10.
You
It
lost
sounded a lot more.
1 foot-pound of torque. Well, a little less than a foot-pound of torque, but I mean, it was still pretty.
128.6. Man, we're close to that 130. What's going on, guys? Welcome to Extreme Daily Drivers. We just got our first tank of gas in the old Miata, and we are out enjoying a beautiful, what, 75, 80 degree day?
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
And thought we'd bring you up to speed as to what's going on with the old Miata. This is our first kind of real drive. We've had a couple shakedown drives, and believe it or not, it's almost 5 o'clock, and we've been working on the car all day.
As usual, something we thought was going to take a little bit of time took forever.
Why don't you tell them what happened?
So the driver's side door never really worked well. It closed and we could not open it, so the latch was broken, right?
We don't know actually what was wrong with it. The lock, the latch,
We don't know.
the handle.
So Brandon actually sourced a new mechanism for the door at the junkyard.
Yeah, in the last video.
In the last video, and we decided today to, try to fix it. Well, that turned into a 4 or 5 hour ordeal where we could not figure out how to fix it. We had to take the entire window out. It was a disaster. But we fixed it. We persevered, like we do on everything in this car.
The door was permanently closed.
Yeah, we couldn't open it at all.
Couldn't open it at all. So we actually had to take the door panel off with the door closed, which is not easy to do. And then we had to break into the car with screwdrivers to get the door open, which we did. And then we messed with the handle a little bit. Got a little intimidated by the process of removing it all because let me tell you something, there are a million pieces to this door handle.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's so complicated.
And then we closed it again and we couldn't open it again.
Open it. So it was very frustrating. It rivaled putting the convertible top on, putting the transmission in. It was very
It wasn't
annoying.
actually that bad, but it was
felt
plenty
bad.
bad. It was plenty bad.
It felt
Trust me.
terrible. But we got it done.
So you guys saw, man, the car made really good power. I think it made 127 or 128 horsepower, and it made 115, 112, 115. I can't remember the torque numbers. Those are really good numbers. A stock, just so you know, a stock 1.8 Miata with dyno at 96 horsepower and 95 foot-pounds of torque. So we are 30 horsepower over that, and we are 15, 20-ish torque over that. And that is why Mega Squirt is so awesome, because if we just had a stock 1.8 with the stock 1.8 computer, and we did exhaust, intake, we maybe would have gotten 10 horsepower, maybe. But because of Mega Squirt, we're able to really mess with the fueling, mess with timing, mess with all that stuff to give us as much power and the most that we can get out of our setup. So that's why we want Mega Squirt, and someday we want to turbo this car, and now we're one step ahead. We don't have to worry about a computer anymore because we got something that's totally programmable. So the car behaves really well as far as running off of a aftermarket ECU or a fully programmable ECU. The only thing that it kind of is a little annoying, I just have to get used to it, is on when you initially step on the throttle, it kind of falls on its face for a half second. And when you're feathering the clutch in first gear, I've stalled twice now because I'm giving it gas but not enough gas, so it's falling on its face and I'm pulling off the clutch and it stalls out. So it's just something you got to get used to. And also under that weird kind of situation, again, if I'm not good with the gas and clutch, it really makes the header bounce against the transmission. So those are the only real issues with the ECU. The car starts right up.
Yeah, it does.
The car idles nicely. The engine moves around a lot during idle, more than I've ever seen another car do. I don't know why it does that. It may be a Miata thing, I don't know. We have brand new Mazda motor mounts, but we did not get the Mazda Speed motor mounts. And maybe that was a mistake on our part. Maybe that would solve a lot of our issues with engine moving around a lot in there, which is creating vibrations, as well as knocking the header knocking against the transmission. So you guys let us know in the comments if that's something that we need to possibly upgrade. So handling wise, the car is doing great, and I still haven't put in the front sway bar. Tried to put it in the other day. It was on the dyno, and the dyno was almost in the way. So we still doesn't have a front sway bar. Still handles really well. I mean,
Seems like it, yeah.
Don't really miss the front sway bar all that much. Front sway bar is going on. Don't worry about that. But stock rear sway bar. Obviously, we love our suspension on here. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's great.
And power-wise, the car feels real good. Like, the exhaust sounds great. This is a really dicey road, so I don't want to throw Kelly around too much, and there's someone right in front of us.
Get out of the way.
I know. Brake-wise, the brakes are fine. We need to bleed them again, especially the front. So that's something we have to do. We'll do that. Boy, this person's really driving slow, too. We will bleed the brakes when we do the front sway bar.
Yeah.
And what we got car aligned, and it's an aggressive alignment.
Yeah.
Junior, the guy who did the dyno for me, and God, we're gonna have a whole section in a minute about people who's helped us with this car.
Oh my gosh, we can't even.
Because I can't even have the words to tell you about the help that we've received. So anyway, he did an awesome job with the alignment. The thing rides straight as an arrow. Steering wheel doesn't move at all. Shifter and clutch feel fantastic. I mean, just like as a Miata should. You may be wondering why Kelly isn't driving. Why are you driving?
Because I have to learn how to drive it.
Yeah, Kelly doesn't know how to drive stick. So she's going to be learning in this car.
Why did I want a car and not know how to drive it?
Yeah, well, you're going to learn.
I'm going to learn.
So one thing I forgot to tell you guys. Those dyno pulls that you saw? So the very first dyno pull, everything was fine. Everything was fine. We go to start the car to do the second run after Junior made some adjustments. And he says, there's no voltage. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, there's no voltage. Like, how could there be no voltage? He's like, the alternator's bad. I'm like, the alternator is brand new. What do you mean it's bad? It's only been on one dyno pull.
It was never used.
It lasted one dyno pull, and it took a crap. So now we got to go to O'Reilly's and return it and exchange it and put in one of their other crappy ones and hope that doesn't take a crap. So you're probably wondering, which one are we running on this car? We're running one that Junior had laying around the shop that was probably 30 years old. It looked every bit of 30 years old, and it rattles like it's falling apart.
But
So
it works.
it does give us voltage, but it sounds like crap. Every time I start the car, I think I've thrown a rod or something like that. It's a stupid alternator. So yeah, that was fun. One dyno pull, alternator took a crap. Unbelievable. Never get a break with this car. We're driving around the Miata. It's working great.
It is super comfortable. Like, I cannot even believe it. Like,
I made some suspension adjustments, not to the ride height, but just the stiffness of the struts. Made a huge difference. The car feels like much more planted now.
Yeah, it drives so well. It's so comfortable. It's smooth.
Yeah,
Like,
it doesn't have any
amazing.
rattles.
No.
Well,
Like, you would expect, like, because we replaced everything in here, you would expect something to be, like, not fitting right or not. It doesn't rattle at all.
so our blinkers don't work. We don't know why. They don't click. They don't do anything. Our hazards don't work. If you guys know anything about fixing this, let us know. We've already checked the room fuse down in the side fuse box over here in the driver's side. So we don't know why it doesn't work. Show them our gauge.
Oh, yeah, this is pretty cool.
It's a janky install, but we have a air fuel gauge in case there's ever an issue with Mega Squirt. We have that. That's a starting point. So our tach doesn't work. I don't know why. If you do, comment below. Let us know why our tach doesn't work. Our headlights work. Check it out. Pop-up headlights! Yeah, buddy! Gas gauge works.
It does?
We don't know that the coolant, we don't know if this coolant thing works. The coolant gauge, it may or may not, we're not sure.
The heat works.
The heat works, the blower works.
We haven't tried the air conditioning yet, though.
No, the air conditioning doesn't work.
Oh, okay.
But the heat works.
Yeah, it does.
The heat works great.
It does work.
It's a lot more than the Prelude.
At least we can go somewhere cold and not freeze our butts off.
Yeah. So that actually, I was surprised that worked. I didn't think it would. All right, guys, we made it back. We made it back from our 25-mile ride.
Yeah, about 25 miles. That was the longest it's ever.
Car did amazing.
Did great. Really did great.
Car did great. I mean, radiator fans work.
Yeah, that's a plus.
Yeah, didn't overheat. Doesn't leak anything.
No, it doesn't leak.
It stayed in the garage overnight. Kelly pointed out that there's nothing on the garage floor.
Nothing.
So yeah, that's good. The Prelude leaks. The Commander leaks. Your car doesn't leak.
No, both my cars.
It's the Lexus. Lexus never gonna leak. So anyway, guys, we're gonna wrap this video up. But before we do, I have to go on about the help we've received up to this point, because we're not finished, right? The help that we've received with this car has been absolutely incredible. Not only with online help, guys like Nat Motorsports, we've mentioned them 1,000 times. They have been in my Instagram chat weekly for the last year. Anytime there's something that comes up that I'm not sure about, I know I can hit up those guys over there at Nat Motorsports. They will answer my questions. They're so amazing. The cars they build, they're building a track car right now. If you guys aren't watching that build, it rivals what I did with the Prelude, and it's incredible. Make sure you check out their channel. Can't thank those guys enough, man. They've donated parts to this car. Their knowledge is second to none when it comes to Miatas, man. They've been so awesome. So shout out Nat Motorsports, sub to their channel. And now I want to talk about the local help that we've gotten.
I'm gonna cry.
Kelly's gonna cry. The local help that we've gotten from the guys over at Phillips Auto Center, Junior. Kelly's crying. She's getting. This is all for the views, man. Right? The real tears.
Yeah, I'm really good.
The crocodile tears. No, seriously, the guys at Phillips Auto Center, Junior. There's a guy that works there named Mark. There's another guy that works there named Theron. He's in the video a little bit. He's a goofball. He's a redneck. But anyway, no, Junior. This car sat at Junior's for a month. And when we first brought it over there, the idea was that he's going to help me with a little bit of wiring, hook Mega Squirt up, dyno it, let's go. We did a little bit of wiring. We turned the car over. Turns out it had a bad head. Yeah, we had no compression. Within one day, Junior was able to find us a new head. So here's the old head. Right here. And yeah, the valves didn't close. I could pull it out and do a demonstration for you with some brake cleaner, but I'm not gonna bother. Just trust me, man. The valves would not close in there, and they leaked like crazy. So they're supposed to be airtight. So anyway, he sourced us a new head within one day. We paid $600 for it. Mm-hmm. Then he ordered us a head gasket from Mazda. That took like a week. He and I swapped the head over, put it all together again, and got it kind of, actually got it to idle. Yeah. We got it to idle, and he said, go ahead and see if you can move it. Put it in gear. I attempted to put it in gear, and the car would not go into gear. Car would not go into gear no matter what you did. And we had to pull the transmission. So I went up there after work one day, and there's a guy that works there named Mark. After hours, I kind of had to bait it myself. You got to remove everything to pull the transmission, man. Exhaust, power, the stupid brace that's in there, the whole bit. And Mark, after work, stayed and helped me pull it all out, take a look at what was going on with that clutch. Basically, I didn't have the clutch on tight enough, is all it was. The bolts that hold the clutch onto the flywheel weren't tight enough. Tighten those all down, and he helped me reinstall everything. And sure enough, jumped in the car, turned it on, and it moved on its own power. I'm telling you, if Mark didn't help me that day, I probably would still be there. Because as you guys know, we had a lot of trouble with the transmission. Was the worst. And the clutch. Go watch that video if you don't remember. I tore my rotator cuff on that video. Still trying to get that back to normal. But yeah, Mark helped me so much that day. I can't thank him enough. And then finally, the final day, Junior, just tremendous, man. He did the alignment. He went over everything in the car with me to make sure that the wheels weren't going to fall off or anything like that. And then you guys saw him on the dyno. He welded a bracket for us in the back because we had a rust issue for the battery, where the battery gets mounted. He welded that for us. And it's just
Yeah.
Non-stop
yeah,
stuff,
I'm
dude.
crying because it's like so many people put so much time and effort
Really,
into this car.
it's unbelievable.
And you know, we couldn't have done it without everybody's help.
There's no way.
So we thank you so much.
Yes, thank you so much to those guys. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Still lots more to come with the car. We got to get it painted.
Yeah, that's the next.
And Randy, the painter,
He ordered the paint, right?
says he ordered the paint and he wants to paint it this week. So we'll see if that's going to happen. I hope it does. That'll be amazing because the car. Good Lord. Somebody do something about this car. Yeah. Car needs a paint job, man. Car needs a paint job. So anyway, yeah, that's going to do it for this one, huh?
That's it. Oh my gosh, I've cried so much.
Yeah. We haven't made a video in like a month. Almost forgot how to make them. Kelly couldn't figure out how to turn the camera on because she hasn't been in a video in so long.
I know. I wasn't over at the garage because that's really not a place for me to be.
Yeah, and we were there. We were there a long time, man. It was several days of work.
And, you know, big thanks to this guy.
Big thanks to me.
He did the sourcing of the parts, a lot of the heavy work. So this guy did. He's my hero.
Yeah, that's me. Extreme Daily Driver.
He did.
But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. More stuff coming.
Oh, lots more, yeah.
Dude, I have so much stuff for the Commander. Holy crap. I know you hate that car, but there's lots of cool stuff coming for the Commander. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it for this one. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Later.